Erica with Time to Shrink. Hey, I am starting today a 72-hour fast, and I wanted to kind of chronicle it. This is the second one I've done, but I didn't talk about it last time. So I am fasting for a couple reasons. One is I am trying to do everything I can to prepare my body and to shrink my liver for my vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery that I have coming up in 31 days. Yay! But also I got a Keto Mojo, which is a glucometer that also checks ketones. I got it a few weeks back, and it turns out that my blood sugars, my fasting blood sugars, are pretty high. Like, I was pretty shocked because I've never been told I had issues with blood sugar. So I think I'm kind of like on the line of almost diabetic. So my morning blood sugars have been like 114, 120. For a fasting blood sugar, that is really, really high. You definitely should expect it to be less than 100 minimum for fasting if you have a healthy metabolism, healthy body, your body knows how to process insulin. So apparently my insulin levels have been pretty high. So I am fat fasting for a purpose of helping to reduce the fasting insulin, trying to give my body a rest from carbs, even good healthy carbs, because on keto, yes, we eat carbs. I do net carbs, so about 20. Anyways, it is just starting the morning. Yesterday, my last meal was at 11 o'clock a.m. and it is now like 2 o'clock. So I've gone through the first 24 hours. I am allowing fat. So I am having my second coffee of the day, a little bit of heavy cream and MCT oil, and some stevia. Now, some people say that any kind of sweetener would break a fast, but I have been monitoring my blood sugar so that I would know if if my blood sugar goes up, which would mean my insulin is going up, and mine actually goes down when I drink this with the MCT. So I'm fine with allowing this. Now, a lot of people do water fast, and that's fine too. I'm just telling you how I'm doing mine. So this is cup number 2 of coffee. It's about 2 o'clock. I've also had close to 100 ounces of water already today, and I'll just keep working on that water. All right, I'll keep checking in and let you know how it's going. All right, so it is Monday evening, so I'm well into getting close to being done with my fast, yay. But I've noticed these last couple days, I've been preoccupied with food some, y'all, but I haven't really been hungry, just kind of preoccupied with it a little bit. And I have been, cooking for my family and doing meal prep and all of that, but I feel so good. Like, my body feels better when I don't eat. Like, my inflammation level is better. My energy is better. Like, how does that make any sense? I'm still learning about fasting, and I've heard people say that they have good energy and good mental clarity and all of that stuff when they're fasting, but like, it still boggles my mind. I love it. It's awesome. It's like the best side effect possible. And my blood sugar is finally starting to drop some too, which I'm also loving. I finally got an 80 reading. You would think 60 hours into a fast that it would be lower than that, but I could not. Just a few hours ago, I was still at like 115, which is really freaking me out. So I'm glad it's coming down, letting me know that my liver is depleting of glycogen finally. So that's really good. That's like the main reason I'm doing this. So that was super encouraging. All right, y'all, I am getting ready to break my fast. It has been 72 hours, so that's upside down. So I've got some hot water here, and this is a Thai curry bone broth. This brand is really, really yummy, so good, and it's got 10 grams of protein in it. So just a really high quality bone broth powder. I really like this flavor. So I'm going to have this so that I break my fast easily. Last time I broke my fast, I did it with regular food and it made me pretty sick, so I'm going to ease into it this time. Alright, sitting in the car here in my driveway. Before we get going, I wanted to wrap up my fasting. I did 72 hours. It ended this morning around 11, so I kind of wanted to go back to when I started and just kind of review. My last meal was October 20th at lunch, the 11 o'clock. And after that, my blood sugar, let's see, where was my starting blood sugar? My AM weight that day was 243.8, I believe, and my AM ketones were 1.0, and my blood sugar was 120. Not good, not good. So the next day, I should have written these down instead of have them in my little app, my chronometer app, so I should have written them down. The next day I still weighed 243, and my, let's see, my ketones were 0.4. I don't know why they went down, but they went down, and my blood sugar was 109. Then the next day, this would be 48 hours into it, I woke up to a ketone reading of 1.1, and my fasting blood sugar was 101, so a little bit better. And then by evening, 6:30 that evening, it had dropped to 81, so I felt like I was finally depleting my glycogen stores, finally. And then we come to this morning, and I was 2.2 ketones, so it went up quite a bit, and I was really happy to see that. For those of you who don't know, ketones on a blood meter register at about 0.3, but actual being in ketosis is 0.5 and above. You want to be in a range, if possible, between like 1 and 3 for optimal. If it goes much higher than that, I mean, if you don't have diabetes, you're not going to go into ketoacidosis. That's what a really high reading would be. So like if you were to register your ketones and it said high, then yeah, you're about to go into ketoacidosis and you need to go to the hospital. But that doesn't happen in a regular person. It doesn't. Our body knows how to regulate itself unless it's broken. Unless you have like type 1 diabetes or really bad type 2 diabetes. And I don't know, that's a tangent. Doesn't matter, doesn't apply to this, doesn't apply to me. Anyways, 2.2 is probably the highest I've ever seen on my register, so I was pretty excited about that. And then my weight this morning was 240.0 on the dot, and my fasting blood sugar was 99. I was really hoping after 72 hours for my fasting blood sugar to be like in the 80s or below. That was kind of my point of doing this fast, to kind of empty my liver of the glycogen stores and stuff. Now 99 is considered normal, but it's kind of high normal, and you know, I feel like I'm bordering on diabetes, and I really want to get that fixed. So that's why I did this. I didn't do it for weight loss, I didn't do it for autophagy. I did it to try and work on depleting my glycogen stores in my body so I could fully be burning ketones. That's kind of my point of fasting. There's different reasons to fast, so I did a fat fast because I wasn't looking for those other benefits. If I was looking to do straight weight loss, I don't know, I don't recommend fasting for weight loss. If you want to break a stall and you have other reasons, but I don't recommend it just for weight loss, because we want to lose weight in a healthy manner, and fasting is healthy. But if you're fasting just to lose weight, then that's kind of bordering on you're starving yourself, and that's not a reason to do it. Fasting, however, is very safe, y'all. It's very safe as long as you keep your electrolytes balanced. And the main way that I did that was I took my Soleil water, which is Himalayan sea salt. You put Himalayan sea salt into water, like a good bit, like 1/4 of a cup to like this much water, and then you let it sit overnight, and it absorbs all that it can. And you want there to be a little salt left at the bottom, because that way you know that it absorbed everything that it can. Then I take a teaspoon of that a couple times a day during my fast. And Himalayan sea salt has so much, actually 84 trace minerals. So you're really getting those electrolytes, those minerals, by doing that. So that's what I do. And I also did take my regular vitamins. Some people say not to during a fast. I did. So that's it, really. That about wraps it up. I feel like I had something that I was saying, but I forget. So we're just gonna wrap it up and say that's it. And I hope y'all enjoyed watching this. I hope it was informative or helpful, or if you have questions, if you have thoughts, if you have things that you think would be helpful for me, please list them down below.